Greetings. Welcome in. Welcome in. And welcome to Firebird Friday. It is when we utilize our breath work to help center us and ground us. If you are not familiar with fire breathing, fire breaths are when you utilize only your nostrils to take short, rapid breaths. So just bringing us in with some Pali Santos. I am Simone, Shepherdess, and I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Well, before we begin, I'm going to bring us in by cleansing the energy with my, what do I want to use today? I guess I'll use my chime bell. The 4 chimes that you hear will represent me cleansing the energy of the 4 elements of water, fire, air, and earth. Shade. Okay, y'all, so today we about to do light work, and this is light because y'all know we typically do our fire breaths in the thousands. Last Friday we tackled 5,000 fire breaths. Let's pat ourselves on the back. This is the first time I've ever been able to do that many at once, but we're gonna come in easy this week. I'm only requiring 500 from you, so that's nothing. That is nothing. Today I'm gonna be doing my breath work with some blue tansy, and I guess I'll do lapis lazuli again since it's right here. Before we begin, I want us to center ourselves and ensure that we are present and grounded by taking 4 deep breaths. We're going to slowly inhale through our nose until the capacity of our lungs fill up. Hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds and slowly release it from your mouth. We're going to do 4 of those, go straight into our fire breaths, and then we're going to round it off with another 4 deep breaths. Let's go. Greetings. Ashe, ashe, ashe. See, I told you that was nothing. So be prepared to jump back into 5,000 next Friday. Give thanks. Okay, y'all. So I did my little turban looking. The journal prompt for today is: how do you express your love via communication? So I had this. It's not really an incident. I don't know what to call it, but this situation recently where this guy that I studied abroad with, I studied abroad in China 12 years ago. Damn, time fly by fast, y'all. But 12 years ago. And like we just always like kept in contact via like social media. When we've had a reunion, like we've connected, like via the study abroad reunion or whatever. But he recently reached out to me and was just like, hey Simone, how you doing? Hope all is well. I was like, likewise, or y'all know I said greetings, how are you? Like likewise, whatever. And he ended up telling me, he was like, I'm okay, but my kidneys have started to fail. So disclaimer, if I talk to you, first of all, and ask you how you're doing, because that's something that, I don't know if I was talking to y'all or if I was talking to my sister, but I've stopped doing. Like, you know, you just casually walking down the street or you walk in somewhere and someone's like, hey, how you doing? But their intention behind it isn't really to grasp or find out how you're doing. It's just saying it in passing. So I've been very intentional and conscious about who I say that to and who I don't. Because I respectfully don't want to know how everybody's doing. I don't want to carry that energy, and I'm not trying to really give you my energy. So when I do cross that boundary and ask how you're doing, or choose to give you the energy to see how you're doing, it's because I really care. And that is one of my forms of love via communication. So it's like I'm suffering, like my kidneys are starting to fail, and before I dive deep with anybody now, I like to see where your mindset is. So I was like, do you believe you can heal yourself? And he was like, yeah, if I knew what I could do. And backstory, I think like he's been a diabetic, I'm not gonna say most of his life, but ever since I've known him, because I think even when we was in China, like he had like health issues. And it's so crazy because once he said that, it's a hummingbird right here. Give thanks. And it's so crazy that these hummingbirds, it's a green hummingbird, be coming, because I don't have like any flowers that would attract them, any water that they would hydrate on, and they just love this tree that my sister was like, this tree is dead. And I'm like, God gonna surprise us, and this tree about to get ready to bloom. Give thanks. Dang, I want to get this right quick. No, as soon as I open the window, I like to capture when stuff come to me now and post this spiritual meaning for everybody else in case y'all cross paths with it. Okay, back to my story. So I was like, do you believe you had the power to heal yourself? He was like, yeah, if I knew what I could do. And that was like back in June. And something, I'm not quick to respond anymore. Like when it comes to certain things, like I respond whenever I want to respond. So if it's an email, if it's a text message, if it's a DM, if it's a comment on a post, like when I feel that I have the energy to respond, then that's when I respond. But I sat on it for a while because I'm like, something in me is like, he not ready. He not ready. So it literally took almost 2 or 3 weeks before I replied, after he was like, yes, if I knew what to do. So then I sent him the Goddess Collection. I told y'all about the Goddess Collection. That is why my skin, one of the reasons why my skin looks so flawless. Because I don't even, y'all know I do my facials every day, but as far as like my body skin, it's definitely the tea that I'm drinking from the Goddess Collection. But she has, I think over like 50 teas. She has body butters, just a whole lot of good stuff. And then what I fuck with is that she goes live a few times a week on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, answering questions and providing information. So you can get on there and be like, hey, I feel like I'm having fertility issues, and she'll be like, okay, you need this, this, and this. Like, So I sent him that, and I was like, okay, you're going to need to cut everything out except for fruits, vegetables, and water. And I was like, I tried the goddess collection, go in there and see, call up there, see what they recommend, look at the different teas, and research like what you should be utilizing. Because every single chronic illness or any type of disease in general is due to some type of mineral and vitamin deficiency. Meaning, if you consume those minerals and vitamins and stop consuming the bullshit that isn't adding value, you will help your body regenerate itself. Yeah, I guess what his response was, he was like, oh wow, I'm not ready to become full out plant-based. I have been thinking about it, but I'm not sure I'm prepared for that. And I was like, I definitely understand. However, it's life or death. Like, you don't have a choice anymore. Like, I didn't say you don't have a choice, but I'm just like, however, it's life or death. In order for you, and I explained, I was like, your body is suffering from a mineral and vitamin deficiency, and the only way that you're going to heal yourself is to consume the foods that provide the lacking minerals and vitamins. Not continuing, because as much as we eat meat, because I'm a meat eater, is not regenerating our body. How they have conditioned us to believe that we need protein from meat, it's not true. It's not true. Elephants don't eat meat. Gorillas don't eat meat. And these are some of the biggest animals that are out there. And if gorillas are eating meat, they're eating, first of all, like small insects, if that's even considered meat. And then I was watching a documentary once. I don't think these were gorillas. I think these were chimpanzees. Because there's some monkeys out there that eat other types of monkeys that are smaller versions than themselves. But that's not every day. That's not every day. And it's not your animal being in the fucking factory, being fed hormonal foods, being shot up to be born one day and then full grown the next day. Like, I know I'm exaggerating, but literally that is what they're doing to our food. So what are we doing? We're consuming those hormones. We're consuming everything they're injecting in with. We are consuming the diet that they're giving these animals. And yeah, so that's what I was like, like, basically, it's life or death. You telling me your kidneys are failing, but you also simultaneously telling me that you don't think you're ready to go fully plant-based. In the end, he just liked the comment. I was like, that's good, because I don't feel like going back and forth. I have given as much as I want to give, and it was with love. Like, I wasn't mad. It's like I chose to dive into this and give my advice and research and give you this information. Now I've done my part. So either you're going to move forward with it or you're not. But that was my form of love. So, disclaimer, if anybody that comes to me and I open up and be like, how you doing? And you feel, because he didn't have to tell me he was suffering or currently going through kidney failure. So I feel like when you do share something with me, then you open up the gates to me responding how I feel I need to respond in that moment. And it's not me being mean or demeaning or trying to control you. No, it's love. It's love. So if I take the time and effort out to share some valuable information with you, it's because someone loves you. So the journal prompt for today is, how do you express your love via communication? Are you telling the people that you love them, or do you show them by doing certain things? When someone comes to you and is venting to you about something, do you share your love by giving your honest opinion? Do you share your love by expressing what you feel is wrong or right, or what they are deserving of? Granted, a person can only receive what you're saying, so you can't control how a person moves forward the information. But just because you love them, do you communicate that when communicating that with them, outside of just I love you, by pouring into them, by giving suggestions, by adding value? How do you communicate your love? Okay, I didn't even pull cards. Let me see what cards I'm gonna do today. You know what? We're gonna do love oracle since we're talking about love. y'all, this is a short day today. So we're gonna do tarot. And I got 3 oracle decks. The first deck I'm pulling from, y'all know what? I like my I'm gonna do my crazy, sexy little deck. I'm gonna do that one. Let me grab it. Okay. How we feeling? How we looking? So the first deck I'm pulling from is my Audacity deck. Spirit, spirits, I am near, clear, secure, wisdom message, rock, please know, So we got pizza. Oh no, we got the slice. And this is number 22. So you can be seeing 2s. Let's see what the pizza slice means. The slice. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a moon. That's crazy that this comes out talking about love. Your message. Any way you slice it, you're hooked. You're besotted. You're smitten. You're completely obsessed. You are in it deep with all the toppings. Whatever it is you're fixated on has all of your attention. It's stuck to you like gooey cheese and you deserve it. Let's pull another card from this deck. Because whatever it is, you're stuck to it like glue. I should have clarified with another deck. Spirit. I'm gonna clarify with another deck. Now, do I want to use all these cards to clarify? So we had Knight of Wands to come out, the 6 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Cups. So I know that the 6 of Pentacles is like somebody gifting you money or you gifting someone money, receiving money. The 4 of Pentacles is about like your foundation changing. It could be a windfall of money, your stability changing, your security changing, you aligning with enough money to feel, stable, secure, to change your life, to make you feel comfortable. The 6 of Cups, I think, has to do with like healing. depending on how you look at it, your perspective, like healing generational traumas, aligning with someone within like your family to get clarification regarding things, or you doing the root work and forgiving, loving on that younger you. The Knight of Wands is fire energy. That passion, sex comes in. Sometimes it could be a love offering. Sometimes it could be you aligning, because it just said you stuck to something like glue, aligning with your passion, you utilizing your creativity to produce something, it's sparking a flame within you. And the Two of Swords is because she's blindfolded. I think it's like being able to make a decision, taking a blindfold off, being aware. Let's dive deep. Do I want to read all these? It says Knight of Wands, charisma, passion, spontaneity, pursuing your dreams, fast energy, enthusiasm, courage, taking inspired action, the pursuit of adventure. What have you been dreaming about? The Knight of Wands gallops in and out of your reading with messages of adventure, of impulsivity, and of bravely pursuing the things that inspire you the most. That passion project you've been tinkering with, that drum circle you've always wanted to join, allow spontaneity. Why do I feel like I'm saying it wrong? Into your choices and give yourself the freedom to shift your reality to match your desires. It's okay to crave new things and to run with the wind when you're feeling charged up about an idea. Go with it. Allow this high-spirited energy to rush in and incite a wildfire of positive momentum. In the pursuit of the imagined, I manifest this fire with the infectious feelings of inspiration. So you could be attached to being inspired, to, again, creating. What we got next? Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, two-way abundance, giving and receiving, being charitable, a positive and generous mindset, advancement, awakening, inflow, help coming from others. Being open to give to others and to receive from others are states that we must all cultivate. This card asks you to experience these consciously. How does helping others make you feel? It feels good, right? Abundant, heart-centered, gifting your time, money, or energy to someone else will open up the floodgates of new resources coming your way. Be generous with everything you have learned and remain conscious of the flow of abundance from the universe. Y'all, I think that was for me, because I was just telling y'all how, like, when I choose to add value by sharing my intellect with certain people. Okay. Consider these sacred dualities: learning and teaching, receiving and giving, accepting and offering. Open your heart to this sacred balance of energy and fill in any gaps you have around scarcity and abundance. It will imbue your life with compassion and generosity and usher in new states of prosperity. Donating your energetic resources to help others will be life-changing for those in need. Choose a cause that moves your soul and watch your feelings of prosperity shift. Affirm, I show gratitude for my life through generosity and compassion. Are you open to giving? Talked about this yesterday, as above, so below. If you are... We talked about it in a different context. Like, if you think lack, then that's what you're going to vibrate in, lack. But the same way physically. If I think lack and I'm not open to sharing and volunteering and giving, then why would the universe share and give to me? A lot of times we are closed-fisted because we are fearful of the future. No, I need to say that, or I need to hold on to this because what if this happens, or what if that happens? What if in that moment your purpose was to have that amount of money or that item or that thing or that mindset to share with somebody, just so the universe could bless you right after that? Then we have the Six of Cups. Nostalgia, reconnecting with people from the past, harmony, themes of your life, inner child, and future self. You may be experiencing nostalgia or feeling triggered by old memories. It's time to forgive yourself by releasing any residual guilt that you still carry from past relationships, trauma, or previous actions. Accept your humanness and stop lamenting the decisions that you've made up until now. Memories are a profound tool for processing lessons and healing. Who you were can highlight how far you've come, and that growth can shine beauty on where you are headed next. Time is a beautiful thing. Contemplate the needs of your inner child or listen to advice from your future self. Sometimes this card is a literal message that someone from your past is going to re-enter your life, or that it's the perfect moment to reconnect with old kindreds and to reminisce. When we connect with all the moments on our timeline, we truly find our wholeness. Affirm, I'm at peace with my past. It has brought me to where I'm meant to be. Shay. Somebody out there needs to hear that. Accept who you were so you can become who you were meant to be. Every single thing that you have encountered up until this very moment is 9:47 a.m. on the clock. Every single thing that you have encountered. Whether it was high vibrational, low vibrational, whether you felt attacked, whether you were the attacker, it was to add value to you. So now, how are you going to take those lessons and those experiences to make it a better you? To add value to others, to show others, yeah, that was who I was, but it made me who I am. You got the Four of Pentacles. Stability, saving, success, generosity, accepting your worth, being in flow with the universe, feelings of gratitude, helping others in times of need. That's been a recurring theme. Giving, helping, volunteering, being of service. You're building your life coin by coin, and you've reached a moment of stability. Getting here signifies an interval when you can rest, reevaluate, and take stock. Likely you're being reminded to double check those foundations and to save some money for a rainy day. How do you feel about your finances? Continue toward your goal without over-focusing on your possessions, and let go of any jealousy derived from another person's position in life. Negative feelings around abundance will breed energy blockages big enough to hold back even the most magical of trajectories. The tighter you try to hold on to things, the more you block yourself from stepping into the flow of wealth and happiness. If a scarcity mindset is haunting your actions, ask yourself if you are looking down on others based on how much money they have or don't have. Actively save and give in the world, and focus on feeling excited and expansive. Affirm, I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. I live an abundant life and I have more than I need. We have covered that we are not comparing ourselves to anyone or anything outside of us. We are not comparing ourselves to anyone or anything outside of us. If anything, we are allowing it to inspire us. Oh wow, God was able to bless them with that. God was able to assist them with aligning with that. Then I know that He could do it for me. What else I was about to say? My neighbor got blessed with that, then I know he's in the neighborhood. I seen that saying somewhere. If your neighbor gets something or somebody, and when I say neighbor, it could be within your community, it could be within your soul tribe. My neighbor was aligned with that, then I know God is in the neighborhood. Then I know God is in the vicinity, so I can be the next one that can align with it. Don't be jealous. Don't compare. You aren't them and they aren't you, so we have no idea what they had to release or what they had to sacrifice in order to get where they were. Stop looking at people's accomplishments or what you see they have aligned with physically, externally, and start comparing and overanalyzing in your mind. Dang, how they, why not me? Because we do not know the history. Y'all know I love when I get on here and start rhyming. What am I looking for? Two of Swords. Two of Swords, stalemate, a crossword, roads, making a difficult choice, opposing ideas or options, choosing the best route of action, memory, and thought. You know that feeling of not knowing? It's time to make a choice. And it may seem like you are between a rock and hard place. If you can't decide which way to go, it's because you can't see the bigger picture yet. The Two of Swords is whispering that you must move in one direction. Close your eyes and listen to your internal guidance system for your map. If your intuition has fallen unusually silent, it's asking you to trust yourself and your ability to discern and decide. Even in blindness, you already know the best way forward. When you act, the future will reveal itself and it will help to move you forward toward your dream. Have faith that the universe is serving you the right experience. At the crossroads of duality, your analysis and overthinking will just get you buried in the quicksand of a million possible endings. So find peace of mind by trusting your judgment. Affirm, when blinded by the unknown, I can trust myself to move toward the light. When blinded by the unknown, I can trust myself to move toward the light. You have all that you need within you, including the answer. And that's why the main purpose of the throat chakra in regards to communication is, yes, we do want to become impeccable communicators with people outside of ourselves, but mainly how we are speaking and communicating with ourselves, and how we are or are not in tuned enough to know how our spirit or our intuition is speaking to us. There is no right or wrong decision when it comes to your life. Whatever path that you decide to take is the right path for you within that season. But the divine is saying, don't become stagnant because you are overwhelmed with decisions. You're overwhelmed with which way to go. No. Go within, take a deep breath, and let your intuition lead you. Because you know the right answer. You know the way to go. Don't let anything outside of you influence you. They do a love oracle. Spirits, nothing there, nothing clear, persevere, what's the message, what needs to know, tell me, so, tell me what needs to know. We got two cards, openness. Are you open to alignment, to ascension, to healing? Are you open enough to allow your intuition to guide you? Sacred. You are a divine being. Everything about you is sacred. And it's so crazy because we just talked about how no matter what has happened in your past, it doesn't define who you are today. Meaning that you could have been very promiscuous in your younger years, or as soon or as most recent as last year, hell, last week. But if you decide to wake up today and walk in your sacredness, that's your right. Nothing outside of you can judge you or keep you stuck in the past of who you used to be or what you used to do. As long as you decided to release something and align with something else that's more loving or unconditional or high vibrational or makes you be a better you. Don't allow anyone from your past try to keep you as the old you. So let's see what the book say. So we got openness. To encourage one to be honest and truthful. To express how one is feeling. To be accepting of the new. An open heart is a doorway to understanding yourself and what it means to be liberated. The heart's capacity to accept, nurture, love, and express is limitless if we allow it to be. Affirm, I emanate openness toward all beings. And to me, openness is aligned with that unconditional love. Because if you are loving everyone unconditionally, You have no capacity or room for judgment, for criticism, because you accept them exactly as they are, and you accept that that's their journey and not mine. But it takes you being open with yourself. It takes you being unconditional with yourself. And let's see what sacred is saying. Sacred. To safeguard what is important in one's relationships and to make time to focus on the most precious things in one's life. The image depicts the subject standing on a base of sand, holding a sundial above her head. Sheer fabric is draped behind to symbolize glass. Drapes cascade down their body to symbolize the flow of sand passing over time through the hourglass. The entire effect is to give a visual of an hourglass, a reference to the sacredness of time. Oh, I see it now. Who do you turn to when you need comfort? Where do you go when you feel lost? When do you express the most joy? How do you want to remember? Identify the answers to these questions and hold them close. Keep them safe. Because the answers are your temple. The answers are your altar. The answers are your prayer. The answers are your sacred. But remember, what's sacred to you may not align with what's sacred to others. And that's okay. What's sacred to all is time, as we all are allotted a definitive amount of time. Affirm, my life and all it entails is sacred. Is sacred, meaning that just because I carry myself in a way that now I feel not certain that all aspects of me are sacred, doesn't mean that I judge the sister next to me who isn't walking in the same light. All I can do is inspire her by my reflection, by what I am emitting. Now let's see the signs of time. What you got for us today? Wow. And we got tree, ancestry. And it's so crazy because y'all know when the Six of Cups came out, I said how we could probably be aligning with somebody from our past, greetings, or doing that root work. And what do we see on this card? The roots. The roots from the tree. Let's dive deep. A tree is only as strong as its roots, which tend to extend deeper into the earth with each generation. You carry the name and bloodline of those who came before you, as well as their strengths and struggles, triumphs and traumas. Honor these ancestors by living in your purpose and learning more about where you come from. The tree is also a symbol of longevity and the desire to build a legacy and generational wealth for your family. If you have received signs to put up an altar or develop deeper connections with living family members, this is the time to follow through and reinforce those bonds. This card could indicate a family or legacy-related matter that needs your attention, possibly involving property, inheritances, or uncovering a truth from the past. You may be the one who has been assigned the task of breaking generational curses. Additional meanings include place offerings on your altar, connect with ancestral practices, spend time learning from your family. Family may be growing. Find strength and comfort in where you come from. I love it because we just read, was it the sacred card that mentioned altars? How answering those questions regarding your sacredness is your altar. So I know a lot of people out there, and this is me included, when I first started this journey, I'm like, dang, I have kids, I really don't have the space or place to set up an altar. I'm concerned they're gonna mess with it. I'm concerned this, but you are your altar. So don't get wrapped up in an external altar when you can develop your altar exactly how you want it to be. Whatever kind of capacity you want it to be. It could be a journal. It could be little items that you keep in your purse, in your medicine bag. Don't overthink it. This card also mentions that how you could be currently in the process of litigation regarding properties or an inheritance. That's that Four of Pentacles coming up. How we spoke about how your foundation is about to change, how your stability is about to change. This also ties in again to that Six of Cups, because it says uncovering the truth from your past. So whether that is a truth from something that you have subconsciously suppressed as a child, or a truth that has been within your family lineage that has finally come to light. We know within melanated households, we love to keep secrets. We love to keep secrets, and don't nobody want to be accountable when the shit come out. So it says you may be the one who has been assigned the task of breaking generational curses. Ashe. If you're here today, that is you. That is you. You are the light seer. You are the healer. You are the one that has been chosen to change the trajectory of your family's lineage. And within the healing and changing, it's not our job to try and control them or force them to change. No. The change just starts with you. So now as you continue to create more generations, or align with more generations that are a part of your family or soul tribe, you will automatically instill in them healing, ascension, high vibrational thoughts, doing the inner work, not holding on to things, being open communicators, being impeccable listeners. I love it. What else I want to say about this card? Find strength and comfort in where you come from. So we know you can't go wherever you're trying to go if you don't know where you've been. So being able to, because history repeats itself, so it's a lot of times when you have those patterns within family lines, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. How everybody was a teenage mom, that's some type of trauma. How everybody was a crackhead, that's some type of trauma. How everybody had diabetes and high blood pressure, that's some type of trauma. And we love to say, oh, it's this chronic illness is hereditary, when it's not. What's hereditary is your eating practices. What's hereditary is your stress levels. You allowing certain things to get to you and overwhelm you. What's hereditary is your anger issues, because you've been conditioned and influenced by the people who had these issues. So all they're doing is traumatizing every single generation after them. So now it has been bestowed upon you to be the healer, to be the revealer. Hey y'all, with the flashlight, I'm looking for it with a flashlight. Yeah. Not a coincidence. So stop attaching yourself to these hereditary issues or genetic issues and do the work. Do the work. And no, you're not gonna change overnight, but being aware and accountable and taking the first step, because the only thing you can do is take it one day at a time, is the key to success. It's not like I'm not telling you to go out there and it's like, okay, let's gather everybody and this is what you have to do and this is what it's gonna be, and if you don't, then no. Take it day by day, do the inner work, and have faith that the Most High is doing the work in you, aligning you with the work, keeping you steadfast, keeping you disciplined. In conclusion, we got, it's time to rise. No matter what's happening in our lives, we always have the potential to rise above it. Rising is one powerful choice away. Rise out of our negative thoughts or our limiting beliefs. Rise out of our comfort zone or our complaints. Rise out of our slump or out of the potato chip bag. Get up and rise. What are you waiting for, darling? What are you waiting for? We all have something to rise for. I was talking to my sister about this recently. Damn, what I was about to say. Basically, she was like telling me how, like, yeah, cause she's talking to me, telling me that I have been working on something, that I have reached something, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not a finish line. Like, healing and ascending and transcending is never ending. So I'm going to always have something that I can be working towards, that I can be rising above, that I can be bettering myself within. Then we got believe. There's magic all around you. Open up to the wonders of the universe. Notice the connections and synchronicities. Follow your feelings and believe with all your heart. We successfully manifest our dreams when our feelings are in alignment with our plans. From that sacred union, the right ideas take shape, the best relationships blossom, and the stuff that's meant to be easily falls into place. Everything is possible. All you have to do is believe. But in a caveat of believing is doing. So I can believe that I'm going to heal all day long, but if I'm not walking and trusting and changing my ways, it makes no sense for me to believe. So for me to be like, I believe I'm going to lose weight and I'm eating a whole cake every day, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. I'm telling myself I believe I'm gonna lose weight, but I'm eating cake. So I'm not eating healthy. I'm not working out. I'm not drinking water. And then I'm mad at myself overall because I'm not losing weight. So just because you have a belief, what are the steps you're going to take to believe that if I take this step, that the divine is going to align me with the result or the outcome that I'm seeking? Ashe. I hope this message added value. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that when you get, you give. When you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Have a fantastic Friday, and I'll see you tomorrow.